Good morning. I'm Geoff Garrett, Dean of the Wharton School. As you can tell, I'm wholly unsuited to be at this event, no pun intended, because I think I am the only person with a suit and a tie on in the room. I was forewarned that this was a much cooler group, but you know, you've got to be able to make fun of somebody so you can make fun of me. I'm very happy to be here this morning to welcome you on behalf of the school. I'm Dean of the Wharton School. It's my honor and privilege to hold that title. I am trying to be a little 21st century, so I've got a few notes on my phone here rather than standing behind a podium. I was asked to talk a little bit about the importance of analytics and people analytics to the school, which I'm really happy to do. The first thing to say is macro. Why is analytics important at Wharton? And the simple answer for me is that Wharton's known as a pretty analytical school, but I think that in the 21st century, what we're going to see is a real fusion between kind of old style business school stuff and 21st century stuff. So we have a great leadership program at Wharton, but I think it's going to be turbocharged by analytics. Why? Better leaders make better decisions, and better decisions are better informed decisions. And so if you're going to be a leader in the 21st century, even if you're not going to be a geek yourself, you've got to be able to talk to the geeks. You've got to be able to ask good questions and get good answers and frame what you do as a manager and leader based on what the analytics tells you. So analytics is really big at Wharton. What about people analytics? Well, you know, I love the mantra of this organization, which is the way to make organizations thrive is to have the people in the organizations thrive, and the best way to do that is not old style HR, which sounds so kind of boring and back roomy and not important to firms. If most firms today have people as their greatest assets, God, you've got to take the people really seriously, and the best way to do that is to have analytics informing much of what you do, so that when you do the face-to-face is much more meaningful than it would be if you did it in an unstructured environment. So analytics is really important at business schools. People analytics is incredibly important at Wharton, and I'm glad we play a leadership role in that area. Third, I'm a big believer that you should, you know the old saying, practice what you preach? I think at universities we should talk a lot about practice what you teach. And so if we're going to tell you and our students that people analytics are really important, we should practice it in how we run the school. Cade Massey has spent a lot of time working with our MBA program on helping us identify the right students for our MBA program, what kind of financial aid packages should we use for them. And it was really interesting. One of the great joys I get is I get to sit in on a bunch of stuff. I got to sit in a day-long hangout between Wharton MBA admissions and the Cleveland Indians. Why? Because the view was that there were so many similarities between the analytics moves that we were making at the school and what a baseball team wants to do, a sort of Moneyball baseball team wants to do. Second thing we're trying to do at the school, Wharton MBA has become a much more flexible degree. I think what we need to do at the school is to make it a more personalized degree, and probably one of the key moves in personalizing the MBA will be for us to help our students understand exactly who they are, so that then they can chart their own pathway through our MBA. And we can keep monitoring as they go, how are they going against their own metrics? So stay tuned for that. No pressure on Cade and Adam. This is something that I asked them that we could meet about in a couple of weeks' time, because I think it's potentially transformative for us. Yes, we have a flexible MBA. Let's make it a personalized MBA, and I think people analytics will be absolutely key to that. Last point, most important point. This conference has the word Wharton at the front, which means at the end of the day, I'm responsible for it. But it also means I take credit for it. In this case, I'm owed none of the credit. So many events at Wharton are student-run. I got invited to a student-led conference that starts today, and they asked me on Tuesday. And I politely responded to the students who asked me, listen, this is a great conference, but I'm rather committed this week. I can't show up to your conference. So it was student-run and student-led. What's distinctive, I think, about this event is the wonderful partnership between our students and the academic and staffing leaders. So I was joking with Cade that a unique is an overused word, but this is pretty close to a unique collaboration between some of our genuinely star talent on the faculty side and incredible students. And so I want to thank the entire organizing group for the incredible job that they've done in putting on this extraordinary event. I mean, having the analytics mastermind behind the Eagles Super Bowl win and the CEO of GM in the same conference within a 24-hour space is a pretty remarkable achievement, and that's an achievement of our students. So I know that Nicole is here somewhere, probably behind the blue curtain. I want to welcome her to the stage. I think she's going to introduce the morning session, but I want to thank her and all the students for the incredible work that they have put in to make this event possible and the wonderful partnership that they've exhibited and demonstrated with everybody at the school. So on behalf of the school, welcome. I'm sorry, I would have loved to have been here yesterday. I would love to have been here today, but my office puts me in back-to-back meetings for the whole day, so I've got to exit. That's my loss. You all get to stay here. You're the lucky ones. I'm jealous. Please join me in welcoming Nicole.